All right, you know we always start these magic product reviews with a quick fiddle tune, so there's no escaping that. And I'm doing this one in honor of Mark Mason and Switch A Roo, which is what we're reviewing today. And a lot of times I want to try to pick a tune that fits maybe the person. So anyway, this is called Masterpiece. All right, we'll leave it right there. Anyway, I hope that was helpful as an intro for you. Welcome everyone to the channel. I am FiddlinJonny and this is my fiddle channel, but also my magic product review. And today I'm going to review Switch A Roo by Mark Mason. This is an updated product from the original Switch A Roo, which came out a lot of years ago. And anyway, there's been some improvements made to this, and I thought I would share it with you today. So stick around and we'll get right into this review. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Glad that you are here. Hey, let me give you a quick update from my last review. Now, if you were here for the very last review, I reviewed Craig Petty's Quantum Deck. And if you haven't watched that video go watch it now or after this one. I will also add that in that he had a spat with Luke Dancy over at All Things Magic regarding the Quantum Deck, and they were in a spat. And in my review, I offered to both of them to be able to mediate between the two of them. I hate to see within our magic community folks fighting with one another, and I offered up my skills and services to help mediate and maybe see if they couldn't work it out. And I know Craig has addressed on his channel a lot already about Luke Dancy and getting a tattoo and everything else. But at any rate, to Craig, yay. Craig did, I put that on the channel, but I did reach out to each of them individually and offered that up. Craig did respond and said yes, he would definitely be open for that. I did not, however, hear back from Luke. So just so that you have that update, and that is no shade on you, Luke, if you're watching. I respect all of your choices out there, but for folks who are asking about an update, that's what I have for you. All right, let's get into Switch A Roo by Mark Mason. Mark Mason just does a lot of great releases, and this is definitely one of those really great releases. So Switch A Roo is a utility device, and what it does is it allows you to swap out cards in plain view of your spectator. So if you want to do a change of a card, you want to do predictions, whatever it is, you can go ahead and swap out cards right in front of your spectators. Or you want to clean up in terms of gaff cards to clean cards, you can just go ahead and use the Switch for that as well. So utility device, swapping out cards, that's what it is. But on here, you're also going to get 6 different routines that are taught on the tutorial, so you don't have to sort of start off by going like, how am I going to use this thing? You'll get 6 different tutorials, and the truth is you can come up with just about any routine that you want, build your own routines, because now you have this tool to be able to swap out your cards. All right, let's talk a little bit about what are you going to get. So in this box, you're going to get the Switch A Roo device. It is a solid piece of plastic that will last you a lifetime. And then you're also going to get a 90 plus minutes of tutorial. And you're going to get a couple folks on there, which I'll address, but Mark Mason does the primary tutorial on there. The tutorial is both streaming and downloadable. For those of you who care about it, if you want to be able to download, yes, you can download the entire tutorial. The one thing I would say about the tutorial that it did not have is it did not have any subtitles on it. And I bring that up only because I have had viewers who are hearing impaired and are looking for tutorials that are subtitled. So this one is not subtitled, and I would encourage our magic creators and distributors to have the option for subtitles on a lot of these releases for our hearing impaired community. All right, so how are the instructions overall? The instructions are really good. Quality is really nice. It gets the job done. Let me talk a little bit about what are the routines that you're going to get. So Mark Mason's going to teach 2 routines. One is called Jacks and Jokers, and basically your Jacks and Jokers are swapping positions. When you think you've got 2 Jacks on the table, they actually and 2 Jokers in your pocket. It's actually 2 Jokers on the table, 2 Jacks in your pocket, and the routine centers around that. But the kicker ending is that just as soon as your spectator thinks that they know now where the 2 Jacks or the 2 Jokers are, the Jacks and Jokers have completely disappeared, and all 4 cards are now 4 aces. So he's going to teach that, very simple and a fun routine. And he's going to teach one called All the Same to Me. And basically this is a prediction effect where the performer has a prediction that is put on the table, folded up from the very beginning. Your spectator chooses from a freely shuffled deck of cards, 1 card, and they reveal what their card is. Then the prediction is opened up, and the prediction reads, you will not pick the 6 of hearts. Of course, the spectator has picked a different, any other indiscriminate card, but it is not the 6 of hearts. And it closes with revealing that every single card in the deck is a 6 of hearts, and your spectator only picked the 1 card in the entire deck that was not the 6 of hearts. Then you're going to get Chris Payne. He's going to teach 2 really good tricks. One is a signed cards across routine. So signed cards across. I love cards across, but this is another level with signed cards across. And then he's going to do an open prediction routine. I loved that one, maybe the best out of everything that was on there, because I love open predictions. And an open prediction is, as you start the routine, you actually make the prediction. You make it open as to what it is, in terms of, like in this scenario, the card that will be chosen. Anyway, this one does add a unique twist at the end of that one. And then it has Derek Ostavani, who will teach a routine called Imagination. And Imagination begins with a totally blank deck of cards. Anyone doing quantum, this might be one that you could add to sort of your quantum deck routine. But you start off with an entire blank deck of cards, faces and backs, and you use your imagination with 4 cards, and one by one each one of these blank cards becomes printed, and your kicker ending after the 4 cards are printed using your imagination, then actually coming to fruition. The entire deck is now printed. So that's a Derek Ostavani routine that's taught. And then finally on there, from Murphy's Magic, you're going to get Javier Funmeyer, who is going to teach you how to repair your gimmick. And I don't want that to be misleading. It's like, oh, what is this gimmick going to break? And they have to teach you how to fix the gimmick. I would say that there's just natural wear and tear that sometimes happens with gimmicks. I don't know if this one will actually even wear out over time, but if it does, there's a filament that needs to be replaced. He will show you how to replace the filament. Super easy, not difficult DIY by any stretch, and will cost you pennies to fix. So I anticipate, quite honestly, mine should last a lifetime, and if the filament breaks, it's so easy to fix that it's a non-issue. So overall, the tutorial's really great. It does its job on there. I've already mentioned how is the gimmick. This gimmick is actually, if I haven't mentioned, the gimmick is actually sitting in my pocket at this moment. So essentially it's hiding in plain sight here, and I can place it in my breast pocket where it feels best, because it has magnets on it that on the back side. So underneath my shirt I have magnets. I found that when I put this gimmick all the way in here without the magnets, it sat too far low in my pocket, and therefore it didn't display my card the way I wanted to, much more up in it. So I adjusted it so it sits a little higher in my pocket for that. So it does come with magnets if you have, and this is a warning, if you have a pacemaker, and because there's such really strong magnets in this, probably there's a warning that you should know about that may not be for you. All right, I don't have a pacemaker, thank goodness, so it's gonna work great. All right, the takeaway with the gimmick: strong, solid, will last a lifetime. And its improvements over the original Switch A Roo. This is slightly larger. There's been some things streamlined on the inside of it that really reduces the chances of, you know, cards getting caught in it. Essentially, that they should be able to freely flow in this device. So there really are improvements, yeah, over the previous version. All right. I will add sort of like, I've mentioned most of the pros here. I think, well, I don't think, this is suited well if you're wearing a shirt that has a breast pocket in it. It'll work great if you're wearing like a sports jacket where you have a breast pocket, outward pocket is really great. Those are where the sweet spots are for this device. If you're someone who wears a dress or a blouse that doesn't have a pocket in it or won't hold a gimmick in it very well, then there's definitely clothing restrictions, and that it really is designed and works best in your breast pocket, quite honestly. So that is sort of one of the pro and the con there, and want folks to be aware of it. So for ladies out there, if you're doing it and you're performing in a dress and you're not able to sort of have a pocket in it, then just know that that's sort of the restrictions there. I will say other cons here as well is that I found like this works awesome for playing cards. That is the sweetest spot based upon size and everything. Now you can use small envelopes, which you could have a card inside a small envelope or a prediction inside a small envelope, and you could put it in your Switch A Roo device. And I think the envelopes are okay. You just want to make sure that you get the right size. But you could also use credit cards, driver's license, or business cards to do switches. I have practiced with all of those. Those all worked, but I did find them to be subtly more finicky and just required just a little bit more practice to get my choreography down. And it was just a little bit easier with the playing card because just how comfortable it fits in the device. But you could do it with those other things. I did try doing it with paper bills, paper money, and I did not found that it just didn't work very well for paper money. It's not that it couldn't, but you really need rigid bills that don't bend very easily. So for some currencies that may work. I found it a no-go for me personally. And I will add on here that this is really a beginner can do this, beginner to advanced, and because there's no sleight of hand involved here. I will put at the very end here a quick demo of the Switch A Roo so you can see what it looks like with me performing it. I would add that despite that it's beginner, it does require a little bit of practice because you want to just get your choreography smooth and down just perfect as you come in and you make your switch, and suddenly you have a different card. And you can do that as fast as you want, as slow as you want. But I did find that sort of in doing that it just takes some practice to get it down as smooth as possible, making that switch. So anyway, easy, but do anticipate practicing. All right, what else do I want to say? I think I've said all I want to about sort of the pros and cons with it. I think who's going to like this? I think any card magician will like this. If you're a card magician and you don't have this device, you know, look, I would just say it's worth considering, especially for the worker. For a worker, I just think this is something that it's just a nice tool to have, and an opportunity to create some fun routines that involve swapping out cards. I think it also can be great for mentalists because it allows you to do predictions and be able to have a prediction in plain view and then swap it out, that type of thing, which I think is really, really nice. And you know, whether you're doing walk around or parlor, I think it's great for all of those settings as well. So it fits a lot of different settings. You do in terms of like from an angle issue, you probably don't want to bend over too much because then it could, maybe somebody could see into your pocket and see the device itself. They won't know what they're looking at. But that's really small, and the tutorial does address how to make sure that you're essentially hiding it in plain sight. This cost in the United States $49.95. There's a parlor version of this, which I don't know what the difference is, and that's $50, so it's a nickel more. I don't know exactly what the differences are there, but that's what it cost, and it's honestly, it's a device that will last a lifetime. And you know, that's sort of up for you to decide, like, is that the right price point? It does everything as advertised here. All right, that's it. I hope this review was helpful for you. If you have the original or the updated Switch A Roo version and you have some ideas and thoughts and comments, please add those there. I want my comment section to be helpful for everybody who comes here, so please add to the discussion there. And if you haven't yet done it, please like the video. It always really helps helps with the algorithms. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I would love to have you as a subscriber. All right, I hope that's helpful for you. I'm FiddlinJonny, and remember to keep fiddling around with your magic. I'll see you guys all next time. Bye-bye. All right, a quick demo here of Switch A Roo. Now, you would have your spectator pick a card, and in this instance, I'll have them pick the Ace of Hearts, and I will keep it in plain sight the entire time, put it right here in my top pocket. Now, as soon as they swear that they've chosen the Ace of Hearts, or I want to make the switch, all I have to do is grab the card, pull it out, and show that they actually picked the Ace of Spades and not the Ace of Hearts. All right, that is just a quick, very crude demo of Switch A Roo. Make sure you like and subscribe. Thanks for being here. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.